Everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be talking about my debt, how much I have paid off, and yes, as you see it, I did get a credit increase. My credit score did go up 75 points, and then I will share with you how that happened, and then I will also be sharing in this video what I'm doing with my student loans and how I'm going to attack those. If that sounds like it will interest you, please stay tuned. Start off first by talking about which debts I paid off first, and then I will end credit card because something really good happened with my credit card, and I just wanted to let you know that those things can happen for you as well when you're on your debt journey. So if you haven't watched my debt video, please be sure to go back and watch the first debt video as I explained all of my debts and how I wanted to try to pay them off. So in my first debt video, I did fill out these debt snowball worksheets, and I just wanted to talk about the debts that I did pay off. So starting off with this small debt that shouldn't have even been left over, I did go ahead and pay this off early. It was due on the 24th, but I went ahead and paid it on the 18th. And since I paid it early, since I paid that debt off early, it actually wasn't even, it took a little bit of the interest off. So, yeah, so I paid that off. I'll go ahead and mark this out. This is another Affirm that I paid off completely. We can mark that one. This one I have not yet paid off, but I will be paying this off before my next debt video. This personal loan, I really want to focus in on this. So I've made extra payments and things like that. I want to make sure that I pay this off by the end of April. I don't want to dread paying off my debt. I want it to be fun. I want to know that eventually I will be financially free, and I want to make it like fun and easy. So if I'm taking trips while also paying off debt, it helps me out a lot mentally, because paying off debt and seeing it actually written down, it can get stressful. So you want to make sure that you make time and save money to do other things outside of just paying debt and going to work. Okay, so getting back into this I will be paying off probably next week. This I will be paying off in the next couple of weeks. I do have, if you have watched some of my other videos or some of my other short videos, you do know that I am saving up $1,800 for a dental procedure that I will be getting at the end of April. So I'm a little over half the way there. I think I'm at like 1,100 and something, but I'll show that in my next video. But yeah, so I will be paying these off within the next month or so. And then this was a dental procedure that I had received last year. It didn't start off at this amount. It was way higher. This is just the amount it was at when I started my debt payoff journey. And the minimum payment was $60.61. I decided a few days ago to go ahead and just pay this off, especially since I have another dental procedure coming up and I'm saving up for that. I don't want any like leftover bills. And then this is from a medical bill from when I didn't have insurance some years ago. And currently right now, they're only taking out a minimum of $10. That's probably not even touching the interest that it's accruing. So what I'll do is, once I pay off some more of my debts, I'm going to increase this amount that I'm paying towards this. Another thing I want to mention is I really have been neglecting this debt just because it's not reported on my credit. And a lot of you may know that sometimes when you do have medical bills, they just don't report to your credit. So I'm trying to focus on the things that are reporting to my credit and the things that for sure have like a monthly bill every single month. talk about is my credit score and how I did increase it 75 points. It was very unexpected, especially since I'm very new on my debt journey. But when you start to pay off your debts and you stop using those credit cards and things like that, the credit bureaus, they will recognize that. They will see that you are trying not to use your card. So what I did was, not only did I cut up my credit card, but I also locked it. So on my credit card account, I locked the card and then I cut it up. And the credit bureaus, or the credit card companies more so, are actually watching what you're doing and how you're utilizing your credit. So before, I had went over my credit limit. So my credit limit on my credit card was $2,000. I'm not necessarily using over my credit limit, but what I did was I used up like all of my credit, and then when the interest accrued, it put me over my credit limit. So I think my credit card was at like $2,000 and like $20 or something like that. So as I was paying off, and I wasn't making large payments, I want to let you know that now on my credit card I was making very minimum payments. So as I stated before, I was over my balance when I started this. I haven't been tracking my credit card as much as I've been tracking my other debts, but I did go through and write down the dates and the payments that I made on those dates. Currently right now my credit card is at $1,880 balance, which is more than these payments from the 2020. So I'm not sure if I made an extra payment somewhere before this and after my first debt video, but somewhere along the lines I paid a few dollars more to get to this, especially with the interest that has been occurring every time. So as you see here, I only made the minimum payment on March 13th, and then here when I actually started my debt video, my minimum payment was $65. So as you're starting to pay your credit card down, you will notice that your minimum payment will go down. So for my credit card, I do want to start making higher payments, but I do have really good news. My credit limit was $2,000. Now my credit limit has went up to $4,500. So I didn't even have to ask for an increase. I didn't have to do anything. Basically, when they saw that my card was locked and I had stopped using up all of my credit, they actually just increased it on their own. When I went to check my credit card account, I saw that there was like, it usually says something like 100 or something like that, $60 like left, like that you can use. Because I was using up so much of my credit card, it would never be that amount that I could use, would be very low. Like currently right now, if I was still at a $2,000, I would only have $120 left on my $2,000 credit limit that I could use. But I had got on there to check it, and it said it was like something crazy, like $2,000 something dollars and something. And I was like, what? I was like, how do I have that much money left? So then I went to my email, and I'll place it up here. I'll place it somewhere on the screen. But when I went to my email, I saw emails saying like, we increased your credit score, and it gives like the whys, and it says like, we just noticed that you've been doing really good with your credit, blase. And I'm like, the credit card companies scare me, because why are you giving me more money when in the past you saw that I haven't been too good with this credit? I've been using it up. But the reason is because the rich get richer while you get more in debt. So yes, I got a credit increase, but no, I am not going to be using it. Obviously, my credit card is cut up anyway, but I would not be using this credit. But that did help with my credit score. So my credit score when I started my debt tracking journey on January 29th was a 628, and now it's a 703. So it went up, and I'll let you see it on the screen. But yes, it had went up 75 points, and a lot of it is due to them increasing my credit and me not using my credit card at all. So increase of my credit limit made my utilization go down. So instead of, you know, 1880 out of 2000, now it's 1880 out of 4500. So now currently my credit utilization has gone way down, which also helped increase my credit score. And then the same with Affirms. Affirm, they do report to some credit bureaus. I'm not sure like which one of the three that they report to, but they report to the credit bureau. So if you're using up Affirm, your credit score can be affected by that, as they do report to certain credit bureaus as well. So yes, for my student loans, I did not pay anything during these past couple of months that I've been working on my debt. I'm going to be honest, I did not pay anything towards my student loan debt. I do not owe on my student loans until 2028. Obviously, I'm going to start paying on them, and you will see that in my next video. I am going to make a separate video strictly on what I'm doing with my student loans, because there are several, anyone who has student loans, you know that they're broken up into like certain chunks, like as you're borrowing throughout the years of going to college. So I will be making a video where I'm talking about my separate student loans and what that's going to look like with me paying them off. Currently right now, my student loans are at $41,834.77. From my last video, my student loans have gone up $264.33 just in interest. So of that $41,000, $2,330.11 is in unpaid accrued interest. So I definitely want to start tackling my student loans, but that's going to have to wait until my other debts are paid in full. I did decide that I do want to do the debt snowball, but it may look a little different, as I am going to be focusing on more than just one debt. I'm going to be putting multiple like high payments on multiple different debts. So all in all, I have paid off a total of $1,328.27. Yay! I'm so proud of myself. It may not look like a lot as you're paying those small payments, but they do add up. So if you are on this debt journey with me, please don't give up. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, please be sure to hit the bell notification so that you can be notified every time that I upload. And if you are a returning viewer, please consider subscribing to my channel, and then also hitting that bell notification. That way that you can keep up with my debt videos moving forward, and that you can see some of my savings challenges in my other videos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Go save some money. Bye.